welcome back to The Loud Lens, a podcast where I say the quiet parts out loud and remind you that being a photographer is more than pretty edits, Pinterest boards. It's about strategy, boundaries, sometimes survival mode, because we know it's tough out there, don't we? And in today's episode, I'm talking about how to stay visible and market yourself through the summer months. So whether you say you're fully booked, you're in a slow season, because honey, I know some of us are, or we're just trying not to melt in a field surrounded by music people because we're at a festival with our family or just hanging out, we're going to talk about ethical portfolio building, how to look busy without lying, and because this is me, how to do it without sacrificing your sanity or rest. This is a juicy one and actually comes from my Facebook group, the Loud Lens with Khandie Facebook group. You can go find it on there, where someone messaged me and just said, hey, I kind of want to know how I'm going to keep myself looking busy, because in the summer I can't work as much because the kids are home and we've got family holidays booked. So this is a juicy one, and it connects kind of back to previous episodes, where maybe the one that I did, like, you're not a freelancer, you're a business, the one about taking up space, the one about beginner studio mistakes, because disappearing from your audience when life gets busy or sunny can not be great. So let's go. Also, you should be wearing your sunscreen. Like honestly, camera out, let's go. Okay, so let's start off with some proper talk here. Summer on social media is an illusion. Every second post, it seems to be like a beachy golden hour, someone booking a link, I don't know, a boho bride in a meadow, and you start spiraling thinking, why am I not that busy? Khandie, why am I not that busy? Everyone's at a festival having the best time photographing, why am I not that busy? But what you don't see is that wedding shot last weekend was probably shot in April, on that random sunny day we had. The editing day reel, they created 10 of those to drip feed through July. The behind the scenes photo, it's their mate holding a reflector in their back garden. Like, I've seen this. Do you know why I've seen this? Because I was once that mate holding the reflector for my friends so they could look like they were doing a photo shoot. You are not behind. You're just not playing the visibility game yet, as I call it. Maybe there should be a theme tune for that. But don't panic. Let's just help you through. So I wanted you to understand, work-life balance isn't just about avoiding burnout. It's about building a sustainable business and brand that works. If you go back to my Burn It All Down episode, if you need a reminder that pushing you through every season will land you in a creative A&E, go listen. But this is how I balance summer. So I pre-schedule everything: newsletters, Instagram posts, booking reminders. One afternoon of planning buys me about 2 weeks of peace, if I'm honest. So I am very lucky that I do have my client management system, which is Studio Ninja, automatically sends out booking reminders so they know they've got a shoot coming. So I don't have to do that. It tells people when their invoice is due, because I don't have to do that. Okay. It's all about me wanting some time back. Now, you might not have that yet, but you know what? If you have a Facebook business a page on Facebook, you have Meta Business where you can actually schedule posts. So you could go do this. I also set boundaries. My out of office will literally say, hey, I'm on a break, I'm recharging, but you can still browse sessions, book a September session here. I mean, that's not quite what I say, as in, like, it's not September, but I just tell people I'm on holiday right now, or I'm currently working overseas. It's not ghosting, it's clarity. And they also get a reply. It's professional. And I also allow space to play. Some of my favorite shots come from low pressure summer walks and not paid work. That creativity is still content, still storytelling, still valid. And in fact, I just did one in the racecourse field here in Northampton, where I decided I was going to make a really colourful background, set up a background stand in the park, and just do the shoot. Honestly, people have loved it. All right. But how do you build a portfolio when you're just out? Okay, so festivals, street parties, markets, beach days, they are gold mines for your portfolio if you do it right. So if we bring it back to the ethics, because I think that's really important, and I say go listen to, like, the client experience choice that I think will be out by now, maybe not though. So maybe not go look at that. But I do talk about a lot of my episodes about consent and respect. So here's the thing. You could be walking around with your family, and I know you need time with your family, but there's nothing to stop you by asking permission of someone to take a photo. You look amazing. Do you mind if I take a shot? Can I send it to you? Done. Maybe of your family members, maybe you could do those nice shots. And I'm not asking you to dedicate hours, but, like, you're a photographer. You know how to take a good shot quickly. So do it. And when you send that picture up, you're building a sort of like a series of perhaps people in spaces. Just say so. Don't obviously go around exploiting people. Like, don't take photos of drunk people. Don't take photos of people who are, like, not happy. I've seen too many so-called gritty street photographers doing that, and they forget about the basics of humanity, in my opinion. So shoot your surroundings. That cafe with the neon lights, the shadows at sunset, your partner reading on a picnic, whatever it is. Showing your eye, your vibe, your creativity is fine. You don't need a client to create compelling work. Okay. You could literally film yourselves going out for a walk and just saying, "Isn't it great just to breathe when you've had a busy week?" Or whatever. You could do it, okay? But one thing I want you to say is be careful how you spin. Like, you can look busy without lying through your teeth. I talked about this in the influencer culture in photography, where pretending to be booked 24 hours can backfire. So here's a kind of respectful version. There's nothing wrong reposting older work, but reframe it. So you could say, still obsessed with this light, still loving this. What would love to create this for someone when I'm back in August. It's active, it's relevant, and it's true. Use your calendar to create urgency. I've just done this now for my sunflower sessions. Even if you only have 2 books in August, say limited August sessions left. Message me to grab one. You're not lying, you're setting expectations. Behind the scenes count as proof of work. Time lapses, flat lays, editing screenshots, packing your kit. People eat that up. So you know what? What a photographer takes on holiday, who isn't working? That's a great content idea. I think that's great because we all know what camera does a photographer take when they're traveling. And marketing is just storytelling. Try post like, here's what I'm working on this week, even if it's just updating your website. Here's what I'd love to shoot this summer. I'm recharging this week, but this is what's coming next. The tone is engaging. It's not desperate. It's exciting. It's not saying, please book me. Book me. I'm so lonely. There's a difference, and your audience can definitely feel it. Honestly, they can. But you don't need to be online every day to stay visible. So I'm going to talk to you about how I market when I'm fully like, nah, I'm not doing anything. So when I post a picture, whether it's a landscape, a market store, wherever I'm eating, I will tag it, I don't know, not that I've been to Barcelona, but say Barcelona or Brighton Pier or the Peak District, because it gets eyeballs on my work. So I put the location in, but it also shows that I'm around, I move, I go see stuff and I shoot. So even when I'm off on my hikes, my partner and I sometimes go hiking to the Peak District, I will take my little camera there and I'll shoot some pictures there that I like and I'll tag it. So, and I'll get people loving it. It's nice. And people show that I'm out, like, "Oh my God, where was that?" And I'm like, "Oh, this was at Lod's Church." They're like, "Oh my God, where's that?" And I'll tell them. And suddenly, like, the engagement on my page is still going. But I'm not showing client work. I'm showing stuff that I get up to. Every now and then, I'll chuck myself in that picture as well. Another thing is, before you go on holiday, think about when you do your marketing. Maybe do some batch reels before you leave, even if it's just free behind the scenes reels you upload and schedule. That's 3 weeks of content done while you're off stuffing your face with ice cream and having Aperol spritz. Like, do it. Send a back soon newsletter, subject, summer pause, automatic, whatever it is. Insert a personal photo telling that you're dreaming up what you're dreaming up for quarter 4 or whatever it is, and a subtle booking call to action. Like, put it in. Like, turn holidays into content. Even shots from your phone can tell a story. This light made me want to shoot an elopement here one day. Snap this while people watching. Anyone else get inspo from strangers? And suddenly your personal time is part of your brand, but it also gives an insight into who you are as a person. I think this is a great way to do this. There is no shame in you utilizing your time off to still create content, but don't spend your entire time creating that content. There are as many systems in place out there. Some of them are free, like I said, the Facebook one, where you can schedule things and get stuff done. Do you know what? Most phones have a time lapse feature on their video. You can go in and you can do that, and just you walking down and putting a nice little quote about it. Time off is so important. I realize how privileged I am to be able to afford it as a small business or whatever. People will resonate with that. That's got nothing to do with you taking photos, but it is you recognizing that people do need time off. It's such an emotive thing to do. We are so quick to assume that we need to have this slick, polished look. No. I remember following this photographer a couple of years ago, and they had this great footage of the calm before the storm. I remember it was just when the reels were just coming out. Calm before the storm, and it was they were filming their kid enjoying an ice cream, but the kid. This isn't funny, but it kind of is. This kid was licking the ice cream, and the ice cream fell out of the cone and landed on the floor. And this kid looked at his dad and went to cry, right? And the dad went calm before the storm and cut it off before his kid cries, because it was part of the reel and it made sense. And also, I don't want to see someone's kids cry, but it was so lovely. And people were like, "Oh my God, I know that. Oh my God, did you have to get him another ice cream? Tell me. Oh, how did you cope?" And got loads of engagement. Loads. And remember, engagement on your business doesn't always have to be directly about your photography. Engagement is because people are interested in what you're doing and they enjoy what you do. There is so much about marketing that people don't understand. They think everything is the sell, the sell, the sell, and it really isn't. I was always told the 4-in-1 trick. Put full posts off that don't talk about selling. You're just sharing your experience, sharing something lovely, and it's beautiful. And then you do one sale post, okay? That is about, hey, now I'm doing these shoots, book in, right? And I think that works for me. It works. Some people say it doesn't work for their business. I have to say it has not faltered for me yet in the years. The 4-in-1, like post, and then do something about it, okay? I mean, it works. I also get people to have this sense of urgency. So I'll tell people to sign up to my newsletter because guess what's coming out next? The sunflower sessions. And if you want to be first dibs, they go to the sunflower people first. So people who should sign up to my newsletter. That whole marketing way is like, oh, wow, if I sign up to a newsletter, I get exclusive. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And what's better yet, the next people to get it are those in the Facebook VIP group. Oh my God, right? And then eventually they'll go public. Create this sense of urgency, okay? It gets people booked in, it gets it busy. But I also story tell when I'm doing my sunflower sessions. So the guy who owns my sunflower field, it's not mine, obviously, I hire to use it, is Farmer Harry. Farmer Harry has a character on my marketing. Farmer Harry tells us stories about the sunflowers. I say, Farmer Harry has let us know that the flowers are ready. They're grown. We're just waiting for them to bloom. He's so excited. He honestly thinks I talk like Farmer Harry is part of my team. Why? One, the guy's incredible. Two, his feels brilliant. And his mum, Caroline's amazing. The whole family are incredible. But I give them a story because I want them to know it's a very home. It's a local business. I'm supporting local. It's a farmer. He has a name. I'm giving them personality and drive behind it. And people feel like they're part of this little group. And it's so lovely. And I have clients show up to the field to do the session and they're like, is Farmer Harry here? I'm like, do you know what he is? He's over there. And people go, you're Farmer Harry. Yeah, he's a real person. He's not just some fake fictitious person. There's Farmer Harry, there's Farmer Caroline, there's florist Emma Remington, and I'll just give a shout out, she's an incredible florist. If you're in the North Hampshire area or anywhere, she's incredible. Have a look. I talk about these people because this is true and this is all marketing. People love it. They're involved. Okay. So what I want you to do this summer is you don't have to grind all summer. You don't have to disappear either. You can be visible, respected, and balanced all at once because marketing isn't about faking being slammed. It's about staying in people's minds. It's a memory and summer is your moment to be memorable. Even if you're only doing 2 client shoots and 1 personal project this summer, show that it still matters because it really, really does. Every photo, every caption, every time you show up, it also builds trust, okay? I want you to enjoy this summer. I want you to sit back. I want you to take some time off because as we know here, if you're in the United Kingdom, we're having this weird unprecedented heat wave. I want you to enjoy it. Get out there. Go breathe. And I know that makes sense. Go touch some grass, whatever that's saying. Go relax a little bit. And I know you're going to say, well, I can't afford to. Honey, if you can't afford to, I'm going to tell you now, you're going to drive yourself into an absolute burnout tailspin. Go take, even if it's just an hour away from that computer. The irony is I'm going to go do this today. Go take some time off, go stand in the sun, feel it on your face, get out there. As a small business, we are told, oh, you need to show up, you need to be consistent. Yeah, you can be consistent. Yeah, of course you can. You can schedule all your stories for you. Honestly, you really can. And if you want people to like, this is like, this is a thing. If you don't have any content that you're like, Khandie, I can't. Ask a question, find a question like, what's everyone's, I know this is one that always gets people, what brand do you shoot? I'm curious to see what's the most popular, right? And what you do is you put it on your stories and you put the message me, or you put a poll up, right? People will engage and then you can share those results. Oh my God, lazy content, done, just did. I look like I'm important. This is what I mean. You can share your content and get ahead and be viable and see people are busy. But don't make out you're manically busy when you're not, because people will suss that quite quickly. But there's nothing wrong with sharing what you're doing. Taking a break, having a coffee, doing this. If you look at some of my reels, some of them they're old. I rehash them. I use Opus clips. I go in, they find some, I use some of my old YouTube and it makes me a reel. I am sometimes that lazy, but that's what it's there for. And it's fantastic. It's no way I sponsored, but I want to save time, so I do this. Okay, it's built into my business model. It's okay to allow systems to take over and schedule stuff for you. Anyway, this is a short episode, so what I want you to do is take that nap, post about that beautiful corner of the world, let your audience know that you're still here, you're still creating, you're the one who's ready to be booked when they're ready, but take some break. So if this episode has given you a light bulb moment or a little slap, gone, share it, tag me. I want to see your holiday but still visible post. Let's make it, show me taking up. And also, if you, by the way, I want you to know, if you're like hey, Khandie, I want to listen to more. Listen to the rest of my podcast. There's some great ones on taking up space, your permission to be seen, client experience. If it's come out, I'm still working on that episode. So I'm hoping that'll be out soon. And then the whole burn it down if you're on edge and need clarity. I'll catch you next week in another post, which is scheduled. Well, we don't use the algorithm to get us noticed. We talk about stuff. So we take it and we do our own thing. So thank you for sitting through this episode. And I hope you have a great summer. But I will still be creating podcasts for you.